Shivat, Shivatamika. Shivatamika. Okay. Shvatmika is the first speaker. Dr. Tanuja not joining in today, Dr. Kavita? Is it only Dr. Tanuja?
Yeah. Engineer Sai Prasanna sir is there.
Dr. Virginia, very good afternoon.
I'm here. I'm trying to connect. I'm here.
Yeah. How's your eyes?
Much better. Much better, I think. I mean, they're still red, but they're not. They're good. Much better. Let me see if I can connect. My camera doesn't want to open, so I'm trying to open it.
Let me see one.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
How are you today?
Yeah, but what did you do? Is it conjunctivitis? That's what they call it, right?
What? An incubator?
No, but they call it as conjunctivitis. The eye infection. Yeah.
Oh, conjunctivitis. I had. Yeah. Well, I think that I am allergic, so I take a lot of allergy pills, and it seems that the eye got dry, and that is why, because of the allergy pills.
Oh.
But I feel better now. Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm happy. Okay, it's 8:33.
So
you know what you want to.
Yeah. Good to go?
Yeah. Our topic is.
Yeah, Niranjan, are we waiting for? Okay, so how about YouTube? Have you started already? Hope that was heard. Have you started your YouTube? Okay, fine. Yeah. So, Dr. Virginia, it's good to go. Dr. Renuka?
Yes, recording and also on Facebook.
Facebook, yeah. Yes, Dr. Virginia, will.
Everybody in? Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are around the globe. We are excited to have you here with us in the G20 Youth Cabinet. Today's topic is super important for all of our survival. It's health is wealth. And we'll be talking about agriculture to food security. We have young speakers that have been actually learning and researching. And we have the experts that will help us understand every single aspect of the importance of really understanding why food is critical to our sustenance, but most importantly, how agriculture will really contribute to the world in the future. For many, many years, we didn't want our children to be in agriculture. We wanted them to actually have a job working in air conditioning, being a scholar, getting a university degree, and we forgot that food is security for humans, that we need to have the right food, healthy food, in order to survive. So that is what we'll be discussing in this week's G20. G20 Youth Cabinet inspires, ignites, and will initiate a process within you. The G20 Summit is an annual international forum that convenes leaders from the most significant global economies to address and discuss economic challenges that affect the world. The forum provides exceptional platforms for dialogue and collaboration among these nations. The summit's primary objective is to develop and implement policies to enhance financial stability and promote sustainable practices for the world that we all live in. The G20 Summit is a critical event where leaders engage with one another, really to strengthen their relationships. The crucial discussions that happen are on trade, investment, innovation, and international cooperation. The summit also offers a unique opportunity for leaders to establish an important global relationship, fostering a more cohesive and prosperous global community. And why is this important? Because we are one planet. The countries involved in the G20 are Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Mexico, Republic of Korea, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Turkey, United Kingdom, United States, the European Union, which is represented by the President of the European Commission and the President of the European Council. The objectives of the G20 are multifaceted and encompassing very global issues. Some of the key objectives include economic growth. So we're promoting sustainable, balanced economic growth globally. Number two, international trade. Enhancing international trade and investment to foster job creation and economic development. Number three, financial stability. If we strengthen the stability and the resilience of our international financial system, we all will be better. Sustainable development, addressing global challenges, including climate change, poverty, and sustainable development. Infrastructure investment, promoting infrastructure development to support economic growth and connectivity. Digital economy, advancing digitalization, opportunities for quality jobs, and most importantly, to have skill development or reskilling. Global health, collaborating on global health and challenges including pandemics and access to affordable healthcare. NGOs and online organizations like ours are crucial in supporting the summit's success. They contribute in several ways. Number one, advocacy. NGOs and online organizations raise awareness about key issues and advocate for specific policies and actions. Research and analysis. They provide valuable research, data, and analysis on various global challenges, assisting policymakers in making informed decisions. Partnerships. NGOs and online organizations collaborate with governments, businesses, and other stakeholders to implement projects and initiatives that align with the summit's objectives. I think one of the most important is grassroots engagement. These organizations engage with local communities and individuals, amplifying their voices and addressing their needs. knowledge sharing. NGOs and online organizations facilitate knowledge sharing and capacity building through workshops, conferences, and online platforms like this one, supporting the exchange of best practices and innovative solutions. Now I want to talk to you about our great community partners. I will start with IIU because I belong to IIU. IIU is the leading virtual education system and global brand confederation. It's renowned for its innovative programs and commitment to provide the top quality education for anybody who is interested. Under the visionary leadership of its founder, Mr. Piyush Pandit, a dedicated social activist and passionate educationist, IIU has rapidly expanded its reach, establishing itself in 195 countries and across 6 continents. This remarkable growth is a testament to IIU's trusted reputation and its mission to offer accessible, inclusive, and diverse education to students from every corner of the world. IIU recognizes that a skill-driven education is the key to educate the future leaders and shakers of a new world where, thanks to technology, we can reach all. Another one of our amazing community partners is GSFN, the Global Sustainable Finance Network. It's a voluntary membership-based global initiative launched by the European Organization for Sustainable Development and the Association of Development Financing Institutions in Asia and the Pacific. It was launched in 2011 under the auspices of the World Federation of Development Finance Institutions. So the mission of GSFN is to promote sustainable finance through initiatives that provide growth opportunities to its members, enhance its capabilities, its capacities, foster innovation, and bring together stakeholders to promote a model of the financial industry that is based on sustainable practices. They support its members in developing capacities to integrate sustainable across the board. They foster initiatives that help build public-private partnerships. They offer networking opportunities to member institutions, multilateral organizations, government bodies, business and industry, and other stakeholders for sharing experiences and ideas. They also present a marketplace for members to promote their sustainable finance ideas, their expertise, their products, and their services. They perform any other task that promotes sustainable finance. Our other very important community partner is iGen. The 74 million young Americans born between 1995 and 2012 comprise the most important generation in the nation's history, both in size and in composition. 1 out of 4 Americans between the ages of 5 and 23 have been collectively dubbed iGen generation, a shortened descriptor for internet generation. Not only has this cohort been outnumbered the millennials and the baby boomers, the iGen generation is also the most ethnically diverse generation compared to its predecessor. Let me talk to you about the International R&D Group. They facilitate and promote all technical and non-technical research and development. It gives all people of the world and universe a platform to expose and show their R&D, talents, and their creativities, cultural or educational. Educational growth and surveys, research facilitates the dissemination of policy issues across the country and internationally to benefit the mass. The International R&D Group is associated with 292 international journals in India alone, and across the world, more than 1,000 of these journals are associated with us. The International R&D Group is promoting socio-science engineering technology, management research by Organizations International, national creative talent conferences, workshops, model exhibitions, guest lectures, intellectuals, meet, employment skills, education, etc. Round D Creativity facilitates and promotes all research for everybody to benefit. So this is really important because we need to make sure that surveys and research facilitate the dissemination of policy issues across the world. These are our community partners, and we're very, very proud to count on their expertise. Our panel of experts represents each one of these organizations. Thank you all. Have a wonderful session. Thank you, Dr. Shavidia.
Thank you, Dr. Virginia, for that wonderful introduction as usual. We have Dr. Renuka here. Yes, Dr. Renuka, before we go into G20 Youth Cabinet, would you like to add on to what Dr. Virginia said?
Yes, thank you very much. I'm just concerned about what introduction about GSFN was given here. I'm sorry, I think you have misunderstood GSFN. I think you think of a global sustainable finance network, and that is not true. We are GSFN, which is named as Global Sustainable Futures Network Program, like a network. And we are a global network with a core intention of demonizing inequalities in the world. And when I say inequalities, they are in a very, very broad sense that inequalities in everything. Even the inequalities that people get as an opportunity to speak or talk or mobilize their knowledge, and also inequalities in plenty other things that our global sustainable development goals highlight. So that is where our network core intention is, and therefore we are a global network to offer an opportunity for anyone and everyone in the world to come on board and share their ideas. And that is how we have grown today with 7,000 coordinators in 165 countries with reach to 1.5 million people. I highly appreciate the partnerships given by IGN and other organizations, and a great contribution of individuals like you all who are here, and especially Dr. Srividya. So that is where I just wanted to make some clarification, and thank you very much.
Oh, that's on. I have been saying for the last 6 months.
Yes, this got noticed today only, so I thought I would like to just clarify.
I am very excited that you changed it, first because it's a very long description, and second because it is not the right organization. And I wish I would have gotten the right information, but now we fix it and we will never have this mistake.
I can send you a small description and you can add that later. Yeah, I heard last time, but I thought we had some other organization also with us, and so I thought, no, let me make it clear today.
Well, I like it. Thank you so much, because that's the one that was given to me. That's the one I've been reading. So I am so happy that we have the proper one. Thank you for telling us.
Okay, I will also like to add something on this topic itself, because then I will be leaving, and so.
Dr. Renuka will introduce about Youth Cabinet, and then we'll come to the topic. Introduction of Cabinet will be doing towards the due course. So we'll introduce exactly what's the vision and mission of Youth Cabinet, and then we'll come to the topic.
Wonderful. So I can stay until then. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Dr. Renuka. So thank you, Dr. Virginia. Thanks for that chip in. Well, as you know, as Dr. Virginia has elaborated so well, that Educate Global developed this novel initiative of G20 International Youth Cabinet to cohort channels and to open doors to young individuals in the sense youth who will be able to take it forward. And they are definitely from diverse backgrounds and worldwide. As we know, we have too many leaders holding up different positions and contributing through NGOs and through collaboration with corporates, etc., etc., etc. They are functioning at their own levels. But in that, what is the key thing which is going to really take it forward is the youth contribution, which we are actually looking for. So this platform, G20 International Youth Cabinet, is focused on the youth. It is the cabinet which is developed by the youth, for the youth, and to the youth. It will take all its fruits and its whatever outcomes that we are going to achieve, it will go to the youth. That's what the whole platform is all about. So this invites participants to present insights and inferences, contributing to, as Dr. Renuka was mentioning, UNESCO's sustainable goals, the 17 goals of UNESCO. And this initiative aims to address the following agenda, and the contribution made by the youth will shape up the youth programs and outcomes. That's why if you actually see, like, we always encourage youth to come up. And today's youngest speaker is from grade 5, and she's hardly 10 years. I'm just waiting to see her. And she's from Kendra Vidyalaya, by the way, from India. So that's how we are planning it for. And we really want the youth to take it forward in that leadership. So that says the preamble, that the agenda, the plan of action for the people, planet, prosperity, peace, and also partnership. So we encourage the youth to get into partnership to work at global levels. This is going to come as a follow through in the phase 2. And it also seeks to strengthen the universal peace in a larger freedom. Ultimatum is that's why we call it as One Health Quadruped. Today's program is otherwise called as One Health Quadruped. We recognize by eradicating poverty in all its forms and dimensions, including extreme poverty and also the greatest global challenges, and as an indispensable requirement, which is just an indispensable requirement for sustainable development. And of course, we are working with differences of working together as well. All countries and stakeholders acting in collaborative partnership will implement this plan with us. We are resolved to free the human race from the tyranny of poverty and also want to heal and secure our planet. We are determined to take these bold and transformative steps to shift the paradigm shift of the world onto a sustainable and resilient path. As we embark on this collective journey, we pledged that no one will be left behind. So the 17 sustainable developmental goals and the 169 targets which have been announced and which has been compressed upon, and also people are working towards it, will demonstrate the scale and ambition of this new universal agenda. They seek to build on the Millennium Developmental Goals and complete what they did so far has not been achieved. As you know, as so many people have been talking and talking and talking without achieving something. So what could be achieved? This is what the whole initiative is all about. And that's what we want our youth to take it forward. They seek to realize human rights and achieve gender equality and also empowerment of women and girls. They are integrated and indispensable with the balance of the 3 dimensions of development of economic, social, and environmental strategies, which are going to be involved in these pointers of deliberation that we are here for. So moving forward, with the focus of the P's, the 5 P's: people, planet, prosperity, peace, and partnership. That's what we call it as a vision of G20 Youth Cabinet. And with the mission, when we talk about these as a 5 P's of G20 Youth Cabinet, we have the 9 P's, which are actually working as a mission for G20 Youth Cabinet. First is P1, people. P2, planet. P3, prosperity. P4 is peace. P5 is partnership. Moving ahead, P6 is policies. P7 is protection of interest. P8 is principles. And P9 is the practices which our youth cabinet is going to share. That's why we call them as youth ministers, who are all here with us on this agenda. Coming to today's topic. Well, today's topic is, as Dr. Virginia has already mentioned, it's so dear to each one of us. Like One Health Quadruped, which has evolved in this today's topic of talking about health and wellness. Where did it evolve to? In March 2022, the World Health Organization, WHO, assumed the chair of this quadruped and its secretariat. The quadruped agreed to work together to further strengthen the efforts of One Health at a global, regional, national, and the local level, and thus to achieve the unified vision with its quadruped partner organizations, including, which are the 4 organizations that they will work together, is the Food and Agriculture Organization of United Nations, that is FAO, United Nations Environmental Program, that is UNEP, and the World Organization for Animal Health, WOAH, founded by OIE, who launched this vision paper to outline its vision and strategic priorities during the chairmanship. And the great strides have since been made under WHO's leadership. That's why the whole thing comes under the 4 different organizations who will be working together to bring up the 4 improved collaboration among the 4 organizations which we have mentioned. So moving ahead, may I request Dr. Renuka to share her insight, and then we'll just read out the pointers, today's pointers to you. Yes, over
Thank
to
you. Thank you
Dr.
very much,
Renuka. Thank you.
Srividya. It's always honor to be here and looking at all these speakers and attendees. I think I'm just going to set the scene maybe, and we will hear more dialogues from others. Of course, as already been highlighted, agriculture is not a glamorous area for anyone today, and especially for youth to work in. But there are so many opportunities now on the board for them to get into this trendy area. I think it is becoming more and more trendy in a sense of what have you eaten today? Have you eaten any healthy food? Have you eaten low carb food? Have you eaten, local food and so on? Or where did you buy the food? What was your recipe of the food? Did you use oil or not? Did you use sugar or not? And these are the questions, these are the trends that we are looking at, we are seeing on Instagram and all that. And youth are trendy and they are so much, able to get on the new ideas and be creative with this. And therefore, I think there is a huge, huge opportunity in data analysis, data gathering, and also having an innovative approach to food and agriculture security. Again, it is highly important because we are having a huge population growth and we need to feed all of them and keep them healthy to reduce the cost on the health system, reduce the cost on other systems, which are carbon intensive sectors. And therefore, I think agriculture needs to play a very big role. It is demanded, but also not only for food, but it is also for the biofuel, biomaterial that all goes into the other supply chain. And, as part of that, we have to look into energy, water use, land use, and everything, and also to increase the biodiversity for tourism and other things. So I think there is a huge, huge opportunities in agriculture and combining with health and food system. And so I would like you all to think from your table today to go back to the farm in the sense of reverse cycle of supply chain and think what you can do. Should you be calculating your carbon emissions of your plate today and how that can be done? Become carbon literate. It is a time where we need carbon literacy. 100 years ago, we had a demand for only literacy, where we wanted everyone to learn and write. But today, it is a time where everyone needs to be carbon literate to understand what is the carbon unit of any activity that we do. And so I think this is the area or this is the chance for everyone you to think innovatively. So I will stop here. Thank you very much. And also I have given an announcement of coming Kenya Summit. So have a look in the chat box. I have put plenty of links and you are all welcome to join GSFN and Kenya Summit. Thank you very much.
Thank you once again, Dr. Renuka, for that brilliant insight, wonderful insight on that particular topic. So moving ahead, we open the topic today's topic, that is health is wealth, agriculture and food security. So that's what is today's topic that we are going to discuss on. On that note, we have Swatmika, who is going to talk on the pointer of global upsurge of food and water safety. Which will be followed by Ms. Kakai Dafine, who's going to speak on the same pointer of global upsurge of food and water safety. Moving ahead, we have Sai Shushti and Venpa Velu. Both of them are going to talk about the same topic of global upsurge of food and water safety, which will be followed by Mr. Ritik Vignesh and Shamruta, who will be talking about links between the health of environment, humans, and animals and plants, which will be followed by Mr. Abdul Razak Abu Bakar, who will be talking about raise awareness and advocacy of OH priorities, that is One Health priorities, which will be followed by Roshni J and David Simiu, who will be talking about increasing participation of women and youth in agro-food chains, and which will be followed by Patience Peda. I think Patience Peda is the name, and she'll be talking about increasing participation of women and youth in agro-food chains. Last but not the least, Derek Kenway and Dr. Herbert Mandela will be talking about increased participation of women and youth in agro-food chains. So we extend a warm welcome to all our speakers today and also to the panel of experts. When it comes to the panel of experts, may I request Dr. Kavita?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, kindly, can you please introduce our experts to the forum today? Thank you.
Sorry, a very good evening to one and all present here. Welcome to the G20 International Youth Cabinet, where we embark on a journey shaped by the energy, vision, and passion of our dynamic youth. This gathering, really aptly titled G20 International Youth Cabinet, symbolizes a platform designed for and by the youth, reflecting our commitment to fostering a future led by the aspirations of this vibrant generation. So now let me take a moment to acknowledge all the panel of experts. Panel of 1 minute. All the panel of experts. First one, Dr. Dhanuja, professor from Sai Ram Engineering College from IGEN, and engineer is Sai Prasanna from IGEN, Dr. Virginia Rivera, and also Dr. S.O. Adjibizi, and our esteemed host for this G20 International Youth Cabinet, Madam Ermina India.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
And also, yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. So you also can join the panel today if you're going to be there for the session. So we welcome you, Dr. Kavita, to be there in the panel of judges as well. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for being here with us, ma'am. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure having you here amidst us. So on that note, may I take a couple of minutes to introduce our host for the day, because as Madam was mentioning, Ms. Ermina is not able to make it. So in that note, we have Ms. Krupashini Jayakumar. Ms. Krupashini Jayakumar?
Yes, ma'am. Hi.
Welcome and good evening. So you can introduce yourself in a couple of sentences and then we can just move ahead with the session.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for making me the host today. I'm a South Indian. I'm Krupashini. And the special thing about me is I'm a multilingualist. I deal with European and Indian languages. So I speak, I train, I interpret, and I translate. So this is what I do. And I'm glad to be a part of this. So I hope I'll be continuing with your further meetings. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Krupashini. And thank you, Dr. Virginia, for that wonderful start. I think we will go ahead with the session now. So we'll be calling up, we'll be inviting the first speaker to talk on the first pointer. So over to Madam Krupashini. Thank you so much.
Okay. A warm welcome and good evening to all. So the first session talk is about the global upsurge of food and water safety. And regarding this, I invite Ms. Shvatmika, who is a student. She's doing BTech Biotechnology in Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute, a partner representative of IGEN. Ms. Shvatmika, we would like to hear from you about today's topic. Thank you. I hope Ms. Shvatmika is available.
Yes. Ms. Shvatmika, are you ready?
Please.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes.
Please go ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
You can start your presentation. You can start your camera.
Good evening to everyone present here. I am Shivatmika from Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute. I am here to present on the global upsurge of food and water supply. I hope my presentation is visible to everyone.
It's not visible. You have to share screen. Have you pressed the green button here, Shvatmika? The green share screen button.
Niranjan will share the screen for Shvatmika.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Niranjan. You can keep your video on. Is it okay for you, Shvatmika? Hope we haven't lost her. Shvatmika, your screen is visible? Okay.
I guess Shvatmika is there, not there in the session.
Yeah, she has just entered the session now.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you,
Yeah, she
Kripashni.
rejoined.
Yeah. Yes, Shvatmika?
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, we are able to hear you. Sure. Please go ahead.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. My presentation is on the topic of global upsurge of food and water supply. Let me start with an introduction. The global community faces challenges in food and water supply. This presentation explores strategies for resilience in the face of upsurges. We will discuss the critical importance of sustainability and innovation in ensuring global resilience. What are the current challenges? Rapid population growth and climate change are putting immense pressure on food and water resources. Increasing demand and resource scarcity call for urgent action to ensure sustainability. The need for resilience is more crucial than ever. What is the global impact? The scarcity of food and water has profound implications for health, economy, and societal stability. Addressing these issues is crucial to prevent widespread hunger and instability. Let us see the innovative solutions. Some innovative technologies and agricultural practices are essential for enhancing resilience. Embracing sustainable farming and advanced irrigation methods can mitigate the impact of resource scarcity and climate variability. Sustainable agriculture. Investing in sustainable agriculture practices and promoting efficient water usage are essential. Embracing innovative technology can enhance productivity and resilience. What about the water conservation? Implementing water conservation measures, advancing water recycling technologies are crucial to mitigate the impact of water scarcity. This approach is vital for ensuring adequate water supply for all. Innovative technologies. The innovative technologies harnessing technological innovations such as precision agriculture, and water efficient system can revolutionize food production and water management. These advancements are key to addressing global challenges. The global collaboration on these upsurges. Collaboration among nations, organizations, communities is vital to address food and water supply challenges. By sharing knowledge and resource, we can build a more resilient and sustainable future for everyone. The international cooperation. Promoting international cooperation and aid for regions facing acute food and water insecurity is imperative. Solidarity and support from the global community are essential. Community empowerment. Empowering local communities through education and resource management initiatives is pivotal in ensuring sustainable access to food and water. Community engagement fosters resilience and self-reliance. Policy implications on the upsurge of food and water supply. Effective policies and regulation play a crucial role in ensuring resilience in food and water supply. Governments must prioritize sustainability and invest in infrastructural development to address these pressing challenges. Let me end it with a conclusion. Navigating the upsurge in food and water supply requires a concentrated effort towards innovative solutions and fostering global collaboration. We can overcome these challenges and ensure a secure future for generations to overcome. It is our collective responsibility to take decisive action to ensure food and water security for all. By embracing innovation, collaboration, and sustainable practices, we can overcome the challenges posed by the global upheaval. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Shivatmika. That was a wonderful start and very insightful indeed, where you had mentioned about the criticalities of not following those directives which were given by UNESCO. Thank you. Yes, maybe request Mr. Sai Prasanna to share his insights on this presentation from Shivatmika.
Yes, that was a wonderful presentation with a good start that upsurge in food and water supply. The water plays a major role across the world, and it's one of the major sources where the living organisms is. You have mentioned the challenges like rapid population and growth, climate changes, pressure on food and water resources, and also the global impact like scarcity of food and water in major countries. The issues should be solved using the innovative solutions like embracing sustainable farming, and also the innovative technologies plays a major role in each and every departments to improve their capability, and also the investing the sustainable agriculture, implementing water conservations like water recycling in institutionals plays a major role to consume the water less. And also the global collaborations plays a major role in this water supply and food waste management, and also equally participates the organizations and nations in these global collaborations. Thank you, Shivatmika. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And next, I would like to invite Kakai Daphne, a student of Business Administration and Management. She is a partner representative of GSFN. We would like to hear from you, Ms. Kakai Daphne. Hope she's available.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm available.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, let me share my screen. Hope you're all seeing my screen.
Yes, we are able to.
Okay, I'm also going to present on the global upsurge of food and water safety. The global upsurge of food and water safety reflects a heightened awareness of the critical importance of ensuring the quality and safety of essential resources for human well-being. Then there are several factors that contribute to this upsurge. We have the public health concerns, growing concerns about foodborne illness and waterborne diseases have underscored the need for strengthened safety measures to protect public health. Then the other point, you have got the increased globalization. The interconnections of global food and water supply chains necessitates comprehensive safety standards to address challenges related to production, transportation, and distribution. Then the other point, you've got the climate change impact. Changes in climate patterns can affect water quality and impact food production. The need to adapt to these changes emphasizes the importance of safety protocols in the face of evolving environmental conditions. In this condition, like the climate affects the upsurge of food and water. Like some areas, for example, this one in Africa, some parts are too dry, like they're affected by drought. So there's less food supply and water supply. Then you've got the other. Hello?
Excuse
we
me,
go to the
other people can mute yourself. Thank you.
Pardon?
Yeah, you may continue. Yeah, Ms.
Okay,
Kaki,
we
you
have
may
the
continue. Yeah.
Okay, we have the technological advancements. Advancements in technology have facilitated more accurate and rapid testing methods, allowing for better monitoring and detection of contaminants in the food and water. So the use of some technologies has enabled people to access good food and water, like to test if the food is worthy being eaten by the people, and the water purification things like medications that has come into like in the form of technology advancements. Then we have the regulatory emphasis. Governments and international organizations have strengthened regulations and guidelines to ensure the safety of food and water. Compliance with these standards is increasingly prioritized. Then we go to the other slide of challenges associated with achieving and maintaining global food and water safety. We have the lack of infrastructure. In many regions, inadequate infrastructure for water and treatment and food processing contributes to contamination risks. Limited access to clean water and sanitation facilities further exacerbates the problem. Then you have the other point of poor regulatory oversight. In some areas, weak regulatory frameworks or insufficient enforcement of existing regulations may lead to unsafe practices in food production, distribution, and water management. Like in case there are poor regulations, like they do not mind about, in some areas, people do not mind about the safety of water and food. So there's high rate of getting contaminated food and contaminated water since there's low regulations for safe food and water. Then we have the globalization and supply chain complexity. The complexity of global food supply chains makes it challenging to trace and monitor the origin of food products, increasing the risk of contamination and the spread of foodborne illness. Then we have the climate change impact. Climate change related factors such as extreme weather events, altered precipitation patterns, and rising temperatures can affect the safety of both food and water sources, leading to increased vulnerabilities. Then my last slide is on the initiatives. Initiatives aim to improve food and water safety in developing countries. We have the capacity building and training. The objective is enhance the skills and knowledge of farmers, food handlers, and water management personnel. The activities that are to be done is to conduct training programs on safe agriculture practices, food processing, and water management to improve overall safety. Then we have the other point of community education and awareness. The objective is increase awareness among communities about the safe food and water practices. The activities to be done is to implement educational campaigns, workshops, and community outreach programs to inform people about hygiene, safe food handling, and the importance of clean water. Then the other point, you have got the improved agricultural practices. The objective is promote sustainable and safe agricultural methods in which the activities will be introduce organic farming, integrate pest management, and other sustainable practices that reduce the need of harmful pesticides and chemicals. Then last but not least, we have access to clean water. The objective is to ensure communities have reliable access to safe drinking water. The activities to be done is to invest in water infrastructure such as wells, boreholes, and water treatment systems to provide communities with access to clean and safe water sources. Thank you so much for the time. That's my presentation.
Thank you, Ms. Kakai. Ms. Kripashni, with your permission, may I take this opportunity to summarize what Ms. Kakai was presenting, because we don't have Dr. Advocacy here. Thank you.
Okay, please go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah. So the global upsurge of food and water safety refers actually to increased awareness and efforts worldwide efforts to ensure safety and quality of food and water supplies. Thank you, Ms. Kakai. You are very crisp and precise in your presentation, where it talked about the upsurge which is driven by the various factors, including growing concerns of public health, environmental sustainability, and the need to address the challenges that are posed by the rapidly growing global population, especially in the vulnerable countries. So as it was mentioned during the previous presentation, and also along with Ms. Kakai, so there are several key aspects which contribute to the global upsurge, and thanks for some of the mention with Kakai, that the public health concerns that she has mentioned, and the globalization of the food supply chains. I think that's a key thing that everybody should think about, and ensuring that the products meet certain quality and safety criteria before reaching it to the consumers. Like having clean water, and basically water being available for people, and also the water that is available is clean water. So moving ahead, related and other factors which contribute to it is the technological advancements that we cannot, compromise upon, and also the climatic change and the environmental concerns which contribute more to it in terms of water resources and agricultural practices, extreme weather conditions, depending upon the localization, and also the precipitation patterns with the rising temperature that can impact the quality and the availability of the both food and water. And definitely, as Ms. Kakai has requested, a holistic approach that will consider the environmental sustainability alongside of food and water safety should be in place as regulatory measures. So hope our government and the international bodies are implementing and enforcing those stricter regulations to ensure the food and water available to all. So definitely, I think these voices will be heard exactly where it has to be heard, and we'll be able to take it further. Thank you, Mr. Kakain. That was wonderful having you. That was a very brilliant presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your words, Madam Dr. Srividya. So we are going to continue with the same topic, the global upsurge of food and water safety. with our next speaker, Sai Shrishti V. She is a student of Kendra Vidyalaya, awardee of Best Project Award in Automation category, National and International Project Expo. As already Dr. Srividya Madam told, she is very much excited about her. She's a small girl who is going to represent here. So you're welcome and you can start your presentation. Sai Shrishti, hope you're available.
Sai Srishti? Do we have Sai Srishti here?
Yeah, she is there in the session. So she is sharing the screen, I guess. Yeah.
Yes.
Can you see the presentation?
Yeah, we are able to see the presentation, dear.
So, first of all, I'm happy to be a part of G20 International Youth Cabinet. Thank you to IGEN for giving me this opportunity. So, my topic is the global upsurge of food and water safety. Hi, I'm Sai Srishti from Class 5 from Kendriya Ashok Nagar, Chennai. My topic is aligned with SDG goals number 3, good health and well-being, and number 6, clean water and sanitation. Introduction. The present scenario demands food and water measures for good health and hygiene. Hygiene and other parameters linked with food are safety have earned considerable attention. This upsurge will continue in the upcoming years. Contaminated food and water are major cause for malnutrition, particularly in children. Objective of food safety: to control the production, processing, and distribution process at all relevant levels of the food chain. To prevent illness by focusing food manufacturing attentions and activities on preventing or minimizing exposure of the consumer to pathogens. To provide consumer protection and ensure that all foods during production, handling, storage, processing, and distribution are safe, wholesome, and fit for human consumption. Cause: food can be a vehicle for pathogens and therefore potential sources of diseases. Microorganisms such as bacteria, viruses, and parasites can be responsible for foodborne diseases. The increase in food allergies seems related to a greater intake of non-natural substances. Some foodborne diseases can result from dietary manipulations. The process. Keys to safer food are: keep clean, separate raw and cooked food, cook thoroughly, keep food at safe temperatures, use safe water and raw materials, store food in suitable covered containers, keep high-risk food at 5 degrees Celsius or below or above 60 degrees Celsius to avoid the temperature danger zone and food poisoning. Avoid refreezing thawed food. Check and observe the use by date on food products. Take special care with high-risk food. Remedial measures. Innovative technologies are required to ensure a greener and more sustainable food production. Need to improve crop yields, implement efficient irrigation strategies. Reuse of drainage water and use of water resources of marginal quality. Provide smarter ways to use fertilizers and water. Improve crop protection. Reduce post-harvest losses. Create more sustainable livestock and marine production. New institutional arrangements are needed that centralize the responsibility for water regulation. Improve the value chain. from production, post-harvest handling, processing, retailing, consumption to distribution and trade. Efficient water and food recycling strategies can be added. It can help secure environmental water requirements when reuse of treated water is not culturally acceptable for other uses. Importance of food safety. Each year, many deaths occur from foodborne illness. This is a preventable problem that is damaging to both individuals and the economies. Ongoing food safety improvements can yield economic and social benefit in addition to reducing foodborne illness. A safer food supply from farm to table with minimal loss of productivity. Reduce the burden on the country's health care system through improved public health. Conclusion. Access to sufficient amount of safe and nutritious food is the key to sustaining life and promotion of good health. Consumption of contaminated food and water leads to diseases as they transmit various types of agents such as bacteria, viruses, toxins, parasites, etc. Food safety laws help to ensure that food is handled, processed, and transported safely and meet certain quality standards. Food safety plans are needed to protect customers from the risks of foodborne illness and related injuries. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sai. I was really impressed, very, very impressed with your presentation. By your voice, you sound very young. So I want to congratulate you, number one, because your projection was perfect. I think the pauses, the way you spoke and presented, for somebody of your age, was great. So continue practicing this, participate in speaking because we need eloquent speakers, articulate speakers like yourself. So congratulations. The topic that you're talking about, I think, really highlights the fact that we need education. Everything that we talked about is based on education. We need to teach not only the companies and the vendors and people in agriculture, but everybody should learn how to keep our food safety. Safe. And I think one of the most important things that you said is that food contamination is the number one reason of malnourishment in children. And I think this is very important that we understand because we many times tax the system with so many medical visits and so many issues when it comes to our health that we don't really realize what the root of the problem is. And you just exposed what the root of the problem is. So if we can prevent food poisoning, food contamination, we can definitely prevent a lot of other issues. So thank you for making it so clear and making us realize how key it is to our survival that food safety is number one in all of our situations, because not only in a restaurant, not only in a food establishment, but even at home, we need to follow food safety guidelines. And this is completely directed to education. So it shows us there's a gap in education, and I think, and it's not education, math, science, and technologies, and it's simple education, how to keep things clean, how to boil water to clean vegetables, to clean things, how to use herbicides correctly. There are all these things that we need to consider. So thank you so much for having such a clear presentation and so powerful. And I hope that everybody learned, like me, these nuances that we can all impact by doing something well at home. So thank you again, Sai. You were wonderful.
Thank you, Dr. Virginia. That was so spontaneous. I really loved it. And I would like to have few interaction with Sai Srishti. Sai Srishti, can you come online without your presentation? I just want to see you. Yeah. Can you open your camera, please? Yeah. How old are you, Sai?
10 years old, ma'am.
10 years old. And you know where you're speaking today? You know where you're speaking today? It's a global forum, dear.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a global forum 4 big organizations have united together with the biggest organization of UNESCO to present this. And you have spoken today. Go back and sit. I really want to see and enjoy your view. I really want to enjoy your view, really. 10 years of age, and you're talking about food and the voice that I'm sure looking at you, you're going to be an inspiration, girl. I'm telling you. So many students like you will come and take part, and they will start thinking about the community. They'll start thinking about these things like, is the water clean? Am I drinking clean water? If it is not clean, I'm going to clean it. I'm going to clean my cup. So it starts from home. You are lighting a lamp today. Really, you're going to take it forward. You have really, I have no words to call. Really, I'm so thankful to your parents. I'm so thankful to your parents who have helped you come this far. Really, I'm sure I saw your mom working together with you in helping you in presentation. Thank you. Thank you so much, madam. Thanks for helping Sai to present herself today amidst us. We are so proud of her, and really, I have no words to call. Really, you have been such an inspiration, Sai. Thank you. Thank you for taking part. And as Dr. Virginia has mentioned, it was so insightful. And seriously, everybody is congratulating you, and you are a trailblazer. You know how people run in the for running race? Like, have you seen the relay race? They'll take a torch and go around, and they will just reach to the final point. Like that, you're taking a lead today. You're a torch bearer. You're a trailblazer. All these things will add to Sai Shrishti. Really, I'm so proud of you, my child. Thank you. Thank you. Will you come? Will you come for next week also, Sai?
Yes,
You should. You should. You should come. Really. Thank you. Yes, Sai Prasanna sir. Thank you. We are so overwhelmed, sir, that we took turns in just appreciating the girl. Sorry. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Please.
Yes, that was an wonderful presentation, Sai. And one of the youngest speaker in this G20 summit. Still now we have faced only youth, and you have a little one to present today to this food safety and water safety. A wonderful topic which the youth and youngster like you, the child like you, should encourage this kind of opportunities. And before I summarize, I thank the G20 for organizing such an event to the students to explore their presentation on various topics in this platform. As you mentioned, when it comes to food and water safety, the contaminated food and water used plays a major role in malnutrition. You have mentioned the control measures and prevent on focusing the food manufacturing, consumer protections, and also have a safe process from production to delivery of the food to the public and the community. And the causes due to this, like microorganisms, bacteria, viruses, and foodborne diseases are increasing day by day to the children's. The main thing is the process, the how we have prepared the food safety. The global use of to make the global use this safe water and also ensure the quality of food. You have explained in detail, very needfully. Thank you, Sai Shrishti. We hope your presentation will be present in this G20 in upcoming weeks. Thank you, Sai Shrishti.
welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, my dear. Thank you. And a big thanks to your parents also, especially your mom, who was guiding you through and through. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, Ms. Kripashini, would you like to add on something?
Yes. I should thank all of you, like Dr. Virginia and yourself and Sir Sai Prasanna sir, for giving a good comments and appreciation about the little girl Sai. So I also would personally appreciate for her effort that she has put. Thank you so much, Sai. So I would like to move this forward with the other speaker with us. Her name is Venpa Velu. She is a student of Ology Tech School, Enthusiast Innovation. She is a partner representative of iGen. Hope she is online. You're good to go, Ms. Venpa Velu.
I saw Venpa actually. Venpa,
Yeah,
yes, Venpa is ready.
Yes.
Venpa, you can introduce yourself. Start speaking, dear.
Yes. So I am Venpa Velu, studying in grade 6. I am 11 years old and I study in Ology Tech School. So first of all, I want to thank everyone for this wonderful opportunity in the G20 summit. So I would be glad to give my presentation today.
We are so glad to hear it from you, Venpa. We are so very happy to have you here. Really. I can see Dr. Virginia bubbling with joy like anything.
I love today. I love it. I love it. I love to see all this power, this young couple.
Really.
All right, ma'am. Can I go ahead and share my screen? Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Second. 1 sec. Hello everyone, my name is Venpa Velu, studying in grade 6 from Ology Tech School. And today I am going to speak on the topic, the global upsurge on food and water safety. So this is my agenda. So first I'm going to talk about why do we need food safety and how it became a problem across the world. And then how do people get affected by it? And the causes of food and water scarcity, steps to food safety, and the summary at last. So first of all, why do we need food and water safety? Let me tell you. Access to sufficient amounts of safe and nutritious food is key to sustaining life and promoting good health. Unsafe food containing harmful bacteria, viruses, parasites, or harmful chemical substances can cause more than 200 diseases, ranging from diarrhea to cancers. So it is really important to have food and water safety all over the world. But how did it become a problem across the world? Globalization has triggered growing consumer demand for a wider variety of foods, resulting in an increasingly complex and longer global food chain. Climate change is also predicted to impact food safety. These challenges put greater responsibility on food producers and handlers to ensure food safety. New challenges to food safety will continue to emerge, largely because of changes in our food production and supply, including more imported foods, new and emerging bacteria, toxins, and antimicrobial resistance. Foodborne illnesses can not only result in mortality but can damage trade and tourism, leading to loss of earnings, unemployment, and litigation, and can thus impede economic growth. And therefore, food safety and quality have gained worldwide significance. How does the lack of food and water safety affect people? Contaminated water and food are major causes of malnutrition and mortality in the developing world, particularly among children. Infants are most vulnerable to diarrheal illnesses when introduced to fluids and foods as they are weaned from breastfeeding to a mixed diet. The World Health Organization states that food safety, nutrition, and food security are inextricably linked. A lack of safe food creates a vicious cycle of disease and malnutrition, which overburdens public health services, disrupts social and economic progress, and detracts from the quality of life. Causes of food and water scarcity. Droughts, forest fires, heavy precipitation, reduced freshwater access, and rising sea levels will have an impact on food systems, which are the source. Furthermore, in Africa, a combination of climate change and military conflict has exacerbated the problem of child hunger. Typically, a food shortage happens because of production issues where not enough food is grown or imported to meet a population's energy and nutrient requirements. Water scarcity can be caused due to climate change, natural calamities such as droughts and floods, increased human consumption, overuse and wastage of water, a global rise in freshwater demand, and overuse of aquifers and its consistent slow recharge. So, how can we maintain food safety in our home itself? So, there are 4 main steps to maintain food safety that you can follow in your house. They are clean, separate, cook, and chill. Clean tells us to wash our hands before handling our food, and separate tells us to keep the plant products away from the meat products, and cook tells us to cook it to the right amount to make it perfect, and chill tells us to store our food safe so that no bacterial growth can occur. So that is the end of my presentation, and we are at last reached the summary. One of the most fundamental aspects of environmental public health is maintaining high standards of quality and care for our food and water sources. Consumers rely on safe food at home and in the retail environment. So food safety inspections are key to ensuring adequate food safety. So it is very important to make food and water safe for everyone and also for the living mankind. I once again thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Thank you. Yes, Dr. Virginia.
I am loving today. I'm loving this youth, the power that, that we can see how education really impacts, and definitely what you do, Dr. Shravidya, to bring this talent forward, to actually let them know and recognize that they have power within their words and what they can do. I love seeing an 11-year-old with this amount of brain power, this confidence. And you know what? And I always say that she may be afraid because she spoke beautifully. She speaks like you and me and everybody here. But
exactly.
Even when you're afraid, you learn to do it even when you're afraid. So I want to commend you, Vemba, because you were so eloquent again and paused, and I'm really amazed at how well your oratory skills are. And I think that shows that early education is really what we really need, and having parents involved and teachers. The topic, I think, is really important. And I don't think we speak enough about food safety, especially because food safety not only affects us, it affects economic growth. And you said it pointedly in one of your slides. It doesn't just affect the food production or the fact that we have access to food. It affects economic growth for a country, because if something affects us like E. coli or some type of epidemic that comes from a foodborne illness, that will stop trade. It will stop tourism. There's so many things that are impacted when we don't take care of food correctly. Also, climate change, you also showed how really impacts water scarcity. And if we don't have water, we don't have food. And both things, water and food, are essential for human survival. So definitely your presentation was very, very succinct. It was precise. I think you used some words that I hope that you look into the dictionary and see what they mean, because I think that having an expanding vocabulary is important. And I saw like 4 or 5 words that are not of your age group, and I am happy that you included them and you find them. But definitely thank you for sharing the importance of food safety at home, but also in production and also in the commercial environment. So thank you. It was very, very good. Congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Venba, who is called a leader, A leader always knows the way and shows the way. And I like the way you said, I'm going to share my presentation. You didn't need any support. You are doing it yourself. That shows that you are definitely a leader in the making, that you are able to carry it forward and you're able to do it all by yourself because you know it. So confidently you spoke, and all the content, I'm sure like adults must have helped you in just developing such a content. And really, That's fabulous. That's really amazing. Amazing to see young leaders, young students like you coming more and more. And next week, that you should bring more friends of yours to come and take part in this global forum. Really, it's amazing to have you. And your insights, as Dr. Virginia is mentioning, yes, it's the same thing. I really don't want to repeat the same thing, but it was fabulous, and you had almost covered all the points, and also you didn't fail to place a request saying that this is what each one of us should do. And as you rightly mentioned, charity begins at home. Anything that we want to bring a change, the change should begin in ourselves. So definitely we all will try and follow it. Definitely. Yes, Mr. Prasanna, please.
Yes. Thank you, Venba, for your presentation. Today's gathering is fulfilled, I think, because we have united here to why do we need food and water safety. She has explained clearly. So this is what we are wanted to present in this platform. You have mentioned the global problems in food safety, the challenges in food safety, the emergence because of change in food production, the new emerging bacteria, how do we overcome those bacteria, and the vicious cycle of diseases and malnutrition explained by the World Health Organizations, the cause of food and water scarcity due to the forest fires, droughts, rising in sea level, same as for the water scarcity due to the climate changes, and also the 4 steps for a safety cook of food. You have well explained and covered the topic. Thank you, Venba.
Welcome, sir.
I would like to have a mention about Dr. Kavita here. Ma'am, if you're here, or otherwise, like it was Dr. Kavita's initiative to bring students on board. Ma'am had asked like a couple of students, they're very good in talking about these topics. So can we just have them on board with us? I said, let's give them this opportunity, and let's open the forum for the students as well. So that it's not, we don't stop only with universities, we'll go to the schools, and we don't just stop knocking the universities, but we'll go knock the schools as well. Thank you, Dr. Kavita. Thanks for this great initiative. And really, it has really made our rational meet its objective. Thank you. Moving ahead, like I think we should go on to the next speaker, Ms. Kripashini. Yes.
Yes. Once again, I thank you all for all your thoughtful comments. And the next topic is links between the health of the environment, humans, animals, and plants. So here we have Mr. Ritik Vignesh to talk about this. He's a student, engineering EEE, Amit University. He's a partner representative of iGen. So Mr. Ritik Vignesh, you may start now. Thank you.
Over to Mr. Ritik.
Good evening to all.
Hope everything is fine to start.
Yes, ma'am. Can I start, ma'am?
Yes, please. You can have your video on if it's okay for you.
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Then if this can be made into slideshow, if you can just try that. Just go to slideshow from the beginning. The fifth tab. You had shared your screen, dear. You can go to share screen once again.
1 minute, ma'am.
Yeah. Mr. Ritik?
Yes, ma'am. 1 minute, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
It's fine.
Mr. Ritik, I hope everything is
Yes,
good
ma'am.
on your side.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Now it's coming.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I start, ma'am?
Yes.
Today I'm going to talk about links between the health of the environment, humans, animals, and plants. This is my table of content: the environment and human health, the environment and animal health, the environment and plant health, human health and animal health and plant health, the last list, and the conclusion. The environment and human health, the climate of pollution, air pollution. Exposure of high levels of air pollution can lead to respiratory diseases, cardiovascular problems, and even premature death. Water pollution. Contaminated water sources can cause waterborne diseases such as cholera. Soil pollution. Consumption of crops grown in contaminated soil can lead to the injection of hormone chemicals and heavy metals. Climate change and health. Extreme weather events. Heat waves, hurricanes, and floods can result in injuries, displacement, and mental health issues. Infectious diseases. Climate change can affect the distribution and prevalence of diseases such as malaria, dengue, fever. Ecosystem degradation. Loss of biodiversity. The destruction of ecosystem and loss of biodiversity can disrupt food chains, reduce access to natural resources, and increase the risk of zoonotic diseases. Food security. Ecosystem degradation can impact agricultural productivity and food availability, leading to malnutrition and food insecurity. The environment and animal health, habitat loss. Destruction of natural habitats leads to loss of biodiversity and reduce the availability of resources for animals. Loss of habitat can result in pollution, population decline, and even extinction for certain species. Pollution of air, water, land can have several impacts of animal health. Toxic chemicals and pollutants can accumulate in animal tissues, leading to diseases and reproductive issues. Climate change. Rising temperatures and changing precipitation patterns and extreme weather events can dispute ecosystems and impact animal populations. Climate change can alter habitats, food availability, migration patterns, affecting the several and reproduction of animals. The third thing is the environment and plant health. Impact of pollution on plant species. Pollution, such as air and water pollution, can have detrimental effects on plant health. High levels of pollutant can damage the plant tissues and hinder their growth and development. Deforestation and loss of plant biodiversity. Deforestation leads to the destruction of plant habitats and the loss of plant species. This loss of biodiversity can interrupt this ecosystem and have far-reaching consequences. Climate change and plant adaptation. Climate change affects the plant health by altering temperature, precipitation patterns, and the frequency of extreme weather events. These changes can impact plant growth, reproduction, and distribution. And the fourth thing is human health and animal health. Zoonotic diseases. Zoonotic diseases are illnesses that can be transmitted between animals and humans. Example include rabies, etc. Impact of animal agriculture. The practices and conditions in animal agriculture can have significant impacts on human well-being. Poor sanitation and overcrowding can lead to the spread of diseases, while the use of antibiotics in livestock can contribute to antibiotic resistance in humans. The thing is, animal health and plant health. Animal seed dispersal. Animals such as birds and mammals have a vital role in seed dispersal. They consume fruits and dispersal seeds through their dropping, helping plants to spread and establish in new areas. Animal pollination. Many flowering plants rely on animals such as bees, butterflies, and birds or pollination. These animals transfer pollen from one flower to another, enabling fertilization and the production of seeds and fruits. And finally, conclusion. In conclusion, the interplay between the health of the environment, the well-being of humans, animals, and plants underscores the critical need for holistic environmental stewardship. As demonstrated by numerous studies and empirical evidence, the degradation of our ecosystem directly impacts the health of all living beings, including ourselves. Pollution, habitat destruction, climate change, and biodiversity loss pose significant threats to human health, animals' welfare, and plant survival. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ritik Vignesh. Thanks for your presentation and your words.
Thank you.
And based on this, I would like to hear from Dr. Sai Prasanna to give your thoughts about his presentation. Sir?
Yes. Thank you, Ritik. That was a wonderful presentation on the topic, the link between the health of environment, human, animals, and plants. The universe is made for the human, animal, and plants, combine the environment. In that environment, some challenges plays a major role to make a healthy environment, like pollution, climate changes, ecosystem degradations, like loss of biodiversity and food security. You have mentioned the main deforestation and the loss of plant biodiversity and the zoonotic diseases. The deforestation is solved by the afforestation, and the governments have taken a vital role for the afforestation process across the world to make a country more in the ecosystem degradation. So thank you, Ritik, for your wonderful presentation on this topic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, ma'am, Srividya, madam, if you would like to give words to him, you can share your thoughts to him.
Thank you, dear. Like as I know, hope everybody will agree with me on this platform. COVID was a blessing in disguise, and it has really created an awareness in people saying that why we need to be healthy and where is the need for it, where is sustainable health, where from it originates. It originates from self. And definitely, as Ritik was mentioning, recognizing and addressing the complexities which are involved in this interconnected links between the environment and the human health is very crucial for promoting sustainable development and safeguarding the well-being of the present and the future generation. So definitely, as he was requesting, an integrated, holistic approach has to be considered for both the environmental and health factors that are for creating a resilient and healthy communities rather. Thank you, Ritik. That was a wonderful presentation. Thank you, Ms. Kripashini. I think we can go ahead with the next speaker. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. So next we shall have Shamruta J.A., a student of engineering who is doing EEE in St. Joseph College of Engineering. She's a partner representative of IGEN. She is also going to share her presentation on the topic links between the health of the environment, humans, animals, and plants.
Yes.
Ms. Shamruta?
Can I start, ma'am?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes.
My screen is visible, ma'am?
Yes, dear. Yes.
Greetings to all esteemed delegates, distinguished guests, and fellow youth representatives. I am Shamruta J.A., currently pursuing my third year student of Electrical and Electronic Engineering at St. Joseph College of Engineering, Chennai. It's my privilege to address you today on the critical topic of link between the health of the environment, humans, animals, and plants. Coming to introduction, the interconnectedness of environmental health underscores how changes in ecosystem affect human well-being and vice versa. Recognizing this relationship is essential for addressing environmental challenge and ensuring a sustainable future for both ecosystem and human population. Talking about my table of contents, my agenda includes the importance of environmental degradation, impact on human health, impact on animal species, impact on plant life, policy and regulation, global collaborative effort, and conclusion. Importance of environmental degradation. The main topics comprises here are factors contributing to environmental degradation, impact on pollution,
deforestation, and climate change on ecosystem. Factors contributing to environmental degradation are pollution, deforestation, and climate change. The major impacts of them on the ecosystem are contamination of air, water, soil, harms plant and animal life, disrupting the food chain and posing health risk for humans. Deforestation is giving major loss for habitat for wildlife, disruption of ecosystem, reduction in biodiversity, and exacerbation of climate change due to reduced carbon sequestration. Climate change is disruption of ecosystem due to shifting temperature and precipitation patterns, increased frequency of natural disaster, and loss of habitat for vulnerable species. Impact on human health. The major impacts are the respiratory diseases, contaminated food sources, waterborne diseases, vector-borne diseases, and the mental health impacts. Talking about respiratory diseases, environmental degradation such as air pollution from industrial activities and vehicular emission increases the risk of respiratory disease like asthma and chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases. Environmental pollution can contaminate food source with harmful chemicals and toxins, leading to foodborne illness and long-term health problems. Waterborne diseases includes the pollution of water source that can result in the spread of waterborne disease such as cholera, dysentery, and typhoid fever, affecting the human health and well-being. Vector-borne diseases includes the environmental change such as deforestation and climate change can alter the habitat of disease-carrying vectors such as mosquitoes and ticks. It increases the prevalence of disease such as malaria, dengue fever, and Lyme diseases. The main aspect of this is mental health impact. Environmental degradation and natural disaster can have profound psychological effect on individual, which leads to stress, anxiety, and depression, further impacting overall human health. Next comes the impact on animal species. The major things are habitat loss, pollution, biodiversity loss, disruption of ecosystem, and endangered species. Shrinking in natural habitats, contaminated ecosystems, endangered species, threatening various animal species, altered food chain and habitats, declining the population due to environmental pressures. Next comes the impact on plant life. It is essential for ecosystem balance, supports all life forms threatened by deforestation and climate change. It provides oxygen, food, and habitat. Conservation efforts is urgently needed for plant life. The major policies and regulations are carbon pricing policy, implementing carbon pricing mechanisms such as carbon taxes or cap and trade system to reduce the greenhouse gas emission, renewable energy mandates, setting the targets and incentives to increase the use of renewable energy source such as solar, wind, and hydroelectric power. Emission standard, establishing the regulation on air and water pollution emission from industries, vehicle, and other sources. Protected areas legislations. Designating and managing protective areas to conserve biodiversity and ecosystem services. Waste management regulations, implementing policies to reduce, reuse, and recycle the waste, as well as promoting the proposed proper disposal of hazardous materials. Education and awareness. Critical understanding increases the public awareness about the environmental issues is crucial for fostering a deep understanding for the interconnectedness between the human activities and environmental health. Behavioral change. The education initiatives and the public campaigns plays a pivotal role in promoting sustainable lifestyle by encouraging individuals to adopt eco-friendly behaviors. Empowerment. Empowerment includes the informed individuals are empowered to make environmentally conscious choices, leading to positive change in consumption pattern and resource management. Community engagement. Education fosters community engagement, enabling collective action towards the environmental conservation and climatic resilience. Long-term impacts. By instilling environmental values in future generation, education and awareness efforts contribute to build a sustainable and resilient society for the long term. We college students also joined the Eco Rev. It's a cycling marathon, which was a very big public awareness among the public regarding the sustainable development goals from our college. Collaborative efforts. Collaboration is essential for tackling environmental challenges effectively. Government play a major role in creating and enforcing the policies for sustainability. NGOs contribute expertise and advocacy to drive change on the environmental issue. Civil society engagement fosters community involvement and grassroots actions. Coming to conclusion, in conclusion, the health of the environment is indirectly linked to the well-being of humans, animals, and plants. And as representative of the G20 International Youth Cabinet, it's our responsibility to advocate for policies and actions that promote the environmental sustainability and ensure a healthy future for all living organisms in our planet. Let us work together to address these challenges and create a more resilient and sustainable world for generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Shamruta. That was again wonderful. And you know something? You're the first student to take part from St. Joseph's. That's a breakthrough. So I think we should celebrate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for that. And very insightful indeed. I'll come later after Virginia ma'am and Sai Prasanna sir. I need to talk about the cap that you mentioned. That's a very key thing because nobody has mentioned it so far. Thank you. Yes, Dr. Virginia. Thank you.
So I'm going to let you speak about that. And I just want to say congratulations, Shamita, because it was very, again, I love the fact you're so clear. The points are so well made. And one of the things that I really like about your presentation is that it's very relatable. Like anybody who's listening to you can say, oh, yes, I understand. I can take action. The government can do this. So I congratulate you on making a very clear and concise presentation. The link between health of the environment, humans, animals, and plants, I think is critical and it's interconnected. And you made that so clear. You talked about ecosystem health. You talked about food security. You talked about the diseases for animals. And we definitely know that animals have to be safe in order for us to be able to benefit and to coexist with them. Not only to eat them, but to coexist because we get disease from them. So I think that was very important. Biodiversity conservation. And most importantly, climate change and how it impacts. But you also spoke about how we can make a difference, how the government intertwines. So like I said, I really like the way you made your presentation flow. So I congratulate you. Continue doing such great work because what you bring to us is knowledge and it's information. And education comes from anyone and anywhere. So you're actually educating us on this. And I really want to congratulate you. It was perfect. I loved it.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yes, Sai Prasanna sir, please.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Shamrita. As I said, it is important to discuss, and you have also mentioned the impacts of human health, animal species, and plant life. And you have mentioned the importance of environmental degradations, the factors, and also the impacts of animal species like habitat loss, biodiversity, endangered species, and also the ecosystem balance, and also the policies which we have, like the renewable energy settings, the standard emission of water pollutions from the industries, the proper disposal of hazardous waste from the industries plays a major role to make the ecosystem pure and safe for the society. The need of education and awareness in behavioral changes, community engagement, and collaborative effect you have explained in detail for tackling of environmental challenges effective manner. So thank you, Samyukta, and you have covered the main things which is coming under these topics. Thank you, Samyukta.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your answer.
Thank you. And I would like to really congratulate Samyukta on one particular point that she had mentioned well, there were many takeaways as Dr. Virginia and Cyprus and us were mentioning. The cap and the trade systems, which is a key thing, and which is also known as the emission trading systems, which is related to the carbon market. When we're talking about the food, when we're talking about the water, and moving ahead, how it related to the market-based approaches to address the environmental issues, particularly the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions. So these systems are implemented to help to mitigate the climatic change by putting a limit. That is what is a cap is all about, and the total amount of emissions that can be released by a group of entities, typically within that particular industry or the country. So setting a cap, and when you set a cap, that is done by the regulatory authorities and governments, as we all know, to allow that only this amount of emission is allowed that for that particular industry and for that particular area or the locality, and the goal of achieving it, and it is being monitored. So that's what is the key thing is all about. When we in this whole process, what is another thing which is more related and which becomes a hurdle every time is the allocation of allowances to handle this. So the right to emit certain amount of greenhouse and how to maintain, monitor these historical emissions into the industry benefits and the benchmarks is another thing. And when it comes to that, the compliancy factor and the monitoring part of it, which non-compliance always leads to the penalties as such, and which is a key thing which is to be adopted for economic efficiency, thereby flexibility, and incorporating innovative incentives where she was keen enough to mention about the awareness and the knowledge sharing, which is a key thing which has to be taken forward in the global collaboration. And it was a fabulous. It had all the enforcement measures of all the compliance factors which are involved in this process. So thank you so much. She did not mention about or any confined to any particular country. She just kept it open and common for which is quite applicable for everyone as such. Thank you so much, Amit. That was a brilliant presentation. Thank you, Dr. Virginia. Thank you, Dr. Prasanna, sir. Thank you so much. And thanks for this big entry for the St. Joseph Engineering College. Really, my feet is just not on the floor. I'm just so happy that we are gaining entry into every single university and every single college and the education institution involved. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shamruta, and all the other speakers that have done already. And thanks for your comments and the thoughts, Madam Dr. Srividya, Dr. Virginia, and Dr. Sai Prasanna. So we are going ahead with the other session talk. The topic is raise awareness and advocacy for OH priorities. So here is our speaker, Abdul Razak Abubakar. He's the ambassador of Global Peace Chain, United Nations, co-founder and president, TSSRC, a partner representative of GSFN. You're welcome, Mr. Abdul Razak. Please go ahead.
I welcome each and every.
Your voice is very low.
I say I welcome each and everyone, and permit me to already simple already established. And secondly, I have shared my slide.
Mr. Abdul Razak, if you don't mind, there is some disturbance from your side. Your voice is not clear.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a breeze around you, I guess. Could you please adjust?
My slide.
If you be in the surrounded area, that would be better, inside the four walls.
Am I okay?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
now it's audible.
fine. Yeah.
I uploaded my slide. I should say to to share my
Mr. Abdul Razak, I'm so sorry again, your voice is not clear.
Okay.
Could you make some alternate arrangement, please, if you don't mind?
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, but there is some disturbance around you. Dr. Srividya, madam.
Yes. Yeah. Do you have a presentation to share, Mr. Abdul Razak?
I have a presentation.
You have the presentation. Can we help you in presenting it for you? So that you can just present it. You can just speak over the phone. We'll present the slides for you. Is that okay?
Yes.
Can you please share your presentation in the chat box?
Okay, on chat box?
In the chat box?
Okay. No.
Yeah. So by the time, we will definitely come back to Mr. Abdul Razak. Let him share the presentation and we will download it for presentation. He has opened it.
Okay. So I hope we shall move with the other
next
person.
speaker. By the time we'll be ready with Mr.
Yeah. Okay, fine. So Mr. Abdul Razak will be back in a while. We'll continue with the next session talk. The topic is increasing participation of women and youth in agro-food chains. So here we have Roshni J. She's a student, engineering student of EEE, a volunteer of IGEN, partner representation of IGEN as well. So Ms. Roshni J, you may share your screen and go ahead. Yeah, please.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, okay. And meanwhile, Mr. Abdul Razak, please share your presentation to one of our, in the chat so that you'll be the next speaker here.
Actually, I'm getting some interruptions, like something like a noise.
Yeah.
I think we need to mute Mr. Abdul Razak for some time because, Roshni, one second.
I have muted him.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Okay,
Roshni,
ma'am,
can
then
you please
I'll start my presentation.
Yes.
Yeah, ma'am, I'll share my presentation. Ma'am, is it visible to all?
Not visible.
It's loading, dear.
Okay, ma'am, just give me a few seconds, ma'am. It will be visible.
Roshni? Mr. Abdul Razak, I've got the presentation. I'll run it for you after Ms. Roshni's. Ms. Roshni, are you here with us?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay, so you can introduce yourself.
Actually, it is taking some time to load, ma'am. Just
no
wait for a few
issues.
seconds.
It happens.
So is Abdul Razak ready to talk about his presentation?
No, I think Roshni's is loading by the time. It's loading.
Ma'am, it's ready, ma'am.
Yes.
So before my presentation is getting loading, I'll start to introduce myself. So a warm welcome to the aspiring people of G20 here. This is me, Roshni, from Sri Zaram Engineering College, a volunteer of IGEN and representing from Tamil Nadu, India. So is the screen visible now?
You haven't started the presentation. It's showing your chat.
Please wait a minute. Please wait a minute. I'm having lots of network issues, so there's a lag in between my presentation till you're visible.
You want to share it in the chat box? We'll present it for you. Roshni?
Maybe we can stop her
Ma'am,
sharing.
please wait a minute.
Yeah. Roshni, I think you should stop sharing your screen. To
Ma'am,
download
1
the-
minute, ma'am.
No problem. No problem. Just download this. It is not downloaded. You will not be able to present it from the chat box, Roshni. You need to download this. Not this chat. Can you go up, go to the presentation, download it?
Yeah, ma'am. Wait a minute, ma'am. Actually, my thing for me, ma'am. That's her screen.
No issues. We'll do one thing. Roshni, I give you two options.
Ma'am,
One is,
I'll share it myself, ma'am. Wait, please wait a few seconds.
no,
I'll
no
share it by
problem.
myself.
Okay, fine. Yeah, okay.
So I hope our next speakers will be ready with your presentations.
Yeah. Next is, I think we should be with Mr. Abdul Razak.
And followed by Abdul Razak, we'll be dealing with Mr. David Simiyu. So I hope you'll be ready with your presentation.
Yeah, this is Roshni ready. Can we mute others, dear, please?
Ma'am, is my screen visible now?
Yes, your screen is very much visible and you can go ahead, please.
Okay, ma'am. I'm so sorry for the interruptions first in
It's okay.
between this.
You can introduce yourself and go ahead, Roshni. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am, fine. So a warm welcome to everyone. This is me, Roshni, from Sri Sairam Engineering College, representative and volunteer of IGEN, representing from Tamil Nadu, India. Next. Is the next slide moving, ma'am?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So actually my topic is increasing participation of women and youth in the agro-food chain. So next. So before going into learning about how kind of participation like women and youth are giving in this industry, first of all, let us know what is agro-food chain. So the agro-food chain industry, also sometimes called the agri-food sector, encompasses everything involved in getting food from the farm to your table. It's a massive system with many interconnected parts. Essentially, the agro-food chain industry is all about efficiently and sustainably producing, processing, and delivering the food that nourishes us. Next. So what kind of challenge? Actually, the unequal participation is the biggest challenge that women and youth are facing in this industry. So despite their immense potential, women and youth often face barriers to entry in the agro-food sector. Land ownership and leadership positions are often skewed towards men, hindering innovation and diverse perspectives. This underrepresentation leads to a loss of talent and inefficient resource management, ultimately impacting food security. Next. So let's see what actually the opportunity for and why women and youth matters a lot for this. So the women and youth are brimming with ideas and the drive to make a difference. They are more likely to embrace new technologies, explore alternative markets, and prioritize sustainable practices. Their participation can lead to significant improvements in farm productivity and contribute to a more secure food system for future generations. Next. So upcoming thing is the strategies which we have to increase for the participation. To unlock their potential, we need to provide women and youth with the necessary tools. This includes facilitating access to land, financial resources, and essential training programs. Mentorship and networking opportunities can further empower them by connecting them with experienced professionals and fostering collaboration. Finally, a supportive policy reforms are crucial to create a level playing field and break down existing barriers. Next. So we have to know Apart from women and youth having facing problems in this industry, was a general problem. Why? Because I don't want to exaggerate that women and girls are doing something special in this field. Why? Because the actual improvement and development is when all the women and men are normalized and they are treated like humans altogether commonly, not only just like exaggerating that a woman won or a girl stood in that place. So let us see something apart from women and youth in this industry. So what the actual challenges faced in this industry are the agro and food chain industry faces a multitude of challenges. A growing global population demands more food production, while climate change disrupts weather patterns and threatens agricultural yields. Supply chain disruptions caused by recent events have highlighted vulnerabilities in the system. Resource scarcity, particularly water, and irreparable shocking amount of food is wasted throughout the chain, highlighting the need for improved efficiency. Next. So we have discussed about the challenges which are faced in this industry. Then what kind of opportunities can we have to improve for some innovations in this industry? Despite the challenges, innovation offers exciting opportunities. Precision agriculture uses technologies to optimize resource use and maximize yields. Vertical farming provides a solution for growing food in urban areas or within limited lands. Automation and robotics can streamline labor-intensive tasks. Data analytics and AI can be used to predict weather patterns, optimize logistics, and identify areas for improvement. Blockchain technology can ensure food traceability and safety. Finally, sustainable packaging solutions can reduce waste and environmental impact. Then, next. So we have seen about many things in this industry. So apart from that, let's go and see what kind of success stories that women and youth have in this field. So the change is already happening. Let's celebrate the achievements of women and youth who are leading the change in the agro-food sector. Share inspiring stories of successful entrepreneurs or leaders who are making a positive impact throughout their work. Here are some examples for that. Miss Regina Blaze, she is also called as the coffee queen of Brazil, and Regina, a single mother, defied tradition and became a successful coffee farmer. And Nastaha Khan, aquaponics pioneer in Pakistan. She is a young entrepreneur, revolutionized urban agriculture in Pakistan. Next. So we have seen about like agricultural field and all. Then what if a woman is a chef? So we all know that our mom is our favorite chef in our home. Likewise, who are all famous in throughout this world and throughout the countries. Next. Here we have the US nation FFA organization, this youth development organization, empowers young people through agricultural education and leadership programs. Apart from that, Ms. Virginia Han, a Korean American chef who has received multiple James Beard Awards for her work, and Garima Arora, often referred to as India's first Michelin star chef, and Garima Arora chef restaurant Ga in Bangkok has consistently been in the Asian books. Next, we also have another chef, Anu Anand. Chef Anand is leading figure in South Indian cuisine, particularly known for her expertise in chettinad cooking. Not only this kind of people, we have lots and lots of women and youth involved in this field, and they are stars nowadays. Next. Okay. So, for a land to truly flourish and grow, the strength of its women the seas can sow. Let women rise high, break the chains that confine in the fields of green gold, their talents entwine. From field to table, their passion ignites, empower women, and food security takes a flight. Then, next. Now, it's the time to call action. Empowering women and youth in the agro-food sector is a collective effort. Let's work together, encourage the audience to consider how they can contribute, be it through supporting existing initiatives, advocating for policy changes, or mentoring aspiring young farmers. By partnering together, we can build a more inclusive and prosperous food system for all. So, next. Thank you so much for joining us today in this important discussion. By working together, we can create a future where women and youth are empowered to lead the way in building a sustainable and equitable food system. Let's continue this conversation, and thank you so much for giving me this golden opportunity. Thanks once again. That's all.
Thank you, Roshni. I loved your presentation. It was so lively. It was different. I know that you put some effort into it. And these are the things that attract attention, right? When we are presenting, especially a slide presentation, Sometimes it's really great that we go above with color and different fonts. So I want to congratulate you, number one, on a great presentation. It was very fun to watch. It was short and you expanded on every single one of the slides and you knew what you were talking about. I love the speed of your conversation. So to me, people who speak a little quicker, I enjoy more and I understand. It just shows that you know what you're talking about. So you were able to really expand. The topic is my topic. I believe in, and I'm an advocate for women empowerment. So it was perfect for me. But also I have been a chef for 22 years. So that is actually my first career is involved in food. And I've been around food all my life. And where I come from, a tiny little island in Puerto Rico, we have a lot of agriculture. And I would say in the last 15 years, I've been an advocate for getting women into the farms. And this is something that you didn't mention and I want to share because I think it's very related. Worldwide, 45% of agricultural workers are women. So the fact that we are actually the ones that are working, but we're not the ones who are participating is key to understand that we have a lot of work to do. So half of the work done in agricultural fields and in the agricultural sector is done by women. So if we're not really participating of the benefits, then we have a big gap that we need to talk about. You spoke about increasing the participation of women and youth, and I totally agree in this agri-food chain. Education and training. Education is key. If we don't have quality education and access to all, we're still going to lag behind. Women are severely underrepresented and underserved around the world. And I could tell you a lot of statistics, but I'm not going to go off on that. But you address something. Education is key. We need to continue to strive in what we do here in G20 and what we do in IIU and what we do in all the other organizations and community partners is bring education to everyone. And I think that once we address this issue, everything else works out. Even talking about foodborne illnesses, food safety. But anyway, I just wanted to congratulate you because your presentation was lively. You knew what you were talking about. But most importantly, we need to give everybody an opportunity to work. And women and youth, we need the opportunity to participate fully and bring our diversity and our diverse perspectives to the food chain. So thank you so much for a great presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Virginia. Thank you. Thank you, Roshni. Yes, Prasanna, sir. After you, please.
Yes, that was an amazing presentation, Roshni, on the topic of participation of women and youth in the agro-food chains. Before I summarize, I would like to mention some points that women and youth are linked to the agriculture value chains from production to marketing and help the traditional farming for more productive. It also values the chains, the work opportunities for the women and men. And also it is mentioned that the 60 to 80% of the food produced in India have contributed the efforts of rural women. The rural women engaged in allied fields, including the horticulture, harvesting, etc. When it comes to the agro-food industry, brings you the food from farm to the table, which is interconnected system. You have mentioned the challenges, the opportunities, why women and youth matter in the innovation and technologies, the adoption, the entrepreneurship, and also mention the strategies for increased participation, the challenges facing the industry due to the climate changes, the scarcity of resources, and also the opportunities for the innovation like AI, automation, and robotics, etc. And you have mentioned the quote, empower women and empower women. Thank you, Roshni. That was a wonderful presentation.
Thank you, Prasanna, sir. Thank you, Prasanna, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Virginia, for those insights. Well, Roshni, I'm not going to take longer because I think they've covered everything. I really like the point, the very key thing which I relate myself through. Let women rise high, break the chains that confine in the fields of green gold and their talents entwine. This is my takeaway from you. This is my takeaway from you today. Thank you. So from the fields to the table, that passion ignites, empower women, and food security takes its flight. Really, brilliant, sister. Brilliant, brilliant. For the land to flourish and grow, the strength of its women, and the seeds that you sow today. You have sown the seeds, definitely, Roshni. Definitely. Hats off. Thank you. Thank you. It's a great pleasure having you here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Roshni, you were so energetic. I could feel that when you were representing your presentation. Thank you so much. And we will continue with the same topic as increasing participation of women and youth in agro-food chains by Mr. David Simiu. He is the founder of Eldoret Champions of Peace.
Can we check for Mr. Abdul Razak, dear, if it's okay?
Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry. So, is Abdul Razak ready?
Yeah, I'm ready for him. Mr. Razak, should we go ahead with your presentation now?
He's available.
Okay. He has put a text as I'm available.
Yes. Okay. Then I will start the presentation now.
Yeah.
1 second. It's loading. Yes, Mr. Razak, I'm here with you. You need to be a little audible. Can we go ahead?
I guess still we face the same issue. We are not able to hear you properly, Mr. Abdul Razak.
Mr. Razak, can you continue speaking? Can you just say the title? Yes, please go ahead.
All right, thank you so much, and I welcome each and everyone on this great day. Each and everyone being part of this journey. As I stand here, I will present as the SDG, as SDG 3, which centers on health and well-being. Topic called on advocating for occupation of health priorities, ensuring a healthy future for all. And I, Ambassador Abdulrazak Abubakar from Nigeria, presenting Taraba State Student Rescue Club. Next page. Next page.
Yes.
All right. A little about me as a climate activist and sustainability expert on peace, on climate, on SDG, in everything with humanitarian activities. And Abdulrazak Abubakar is a climate change and sustainable development activist. He is the founder and the president of Taraba State Student Rescue Club, SSRC, a student accountability and support initiative that comprises data analysis, journalists, and activists and students. And also, Abdulrazak Abubakar is also the founder and the president of Youth Action for Climate Change, and a non-governmental organization that activists on climate change, sustainable development community. Sustainable community in Nigeria with access to information, climate change, and how to engage in free society climate change. Little of my introduction. On behalf of the Taraba State Students Rescue SSRC of Nigeria and Global Peace Chain, United Nations, I am Ambassador Abdulrazak Abubakar once again from prestigious institution, University of Maiduguri. Hello everyone, and I am trying to be part today to discuss the critical importance of advocating for occupational health, priorities on a global scale. Let me start by understanding occupational health. Occupational health is about promoting and maintaining the highest level of physical, mental, and social well-being for workers. Secondly, key occupational priorities include: first, have workplace safety regulation. It has to be prioritized. Second, mental health support. It also has to be prioritized in each and every community or society. And thirdly, economic design, which is also a principle for important, crucial, and access to healthcare service for all workers. Advocacy. Advocacy, provision role and creating professional health priorities and ensuring the health of all, because this affects a lot of talent for those doctors and among others like nurses, are just way of see recover from their illness. Prioritizing occupational leave, productivity, accident and injury, prevention of occupational disease, and contribute challenges and opportunities. While challenges exist, such as limitation, opportunity for collaboration and innovation in occupational health. At this junction, I'm going to call action. I urge each of you, each and everyone who are ready to be as ambassador of change, let's come and advocate for occupational priorities, community, country, community, and everywhere. Engage with health and fitness, like social media, where like the occupational have to be considered immediately for our environment. In conclusion, let us work together. Health, hopeful, by prioritizing their
Thank you, Mr. Abdul Razak. That was a very comprehensive presentation indeed, definitely. As you have rightly mentioned, that we will start working on the OH priorities, working in collaboration, creating awareness, building up knowledge, and taking up the lead in the different organizations at the local community, and then taking to the national, international level, and then the global. Thank you so much, Mr. Abdul Razak. Yeah, it is always a pleasure having you here, and thank you so much. Thank you.
So I hope we'll move with the next person.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So as I said earlier, Mr. David Simiu is going to talk about increasing participation of women and youth in agro-food chains. So
I
he's a
doubt
founder.
Mr. David is here with us. Instead, we can call Mr. Derek because I think he already has a internet problem. Mr. Derek, are you ready to present yourself, Mr. Derek? Mr. Derek, can we?
I guess he was there in the session.
Yeah, he was on and off coming, and he had
yes,
some.
Right now he's not there.
Yeah, Mr. Yeah, he's open.
No, he is there. Yeah,
he's there. Mr. Derek, we'd like to hear from you, please.
Is my turn, ma'am?
Yeah, please go ahead with your presentation. Kindly introduce yourself and you can go ahead with your presentation. Do you have a presentation to share, sir?
Yeah, let me do that. I'm Derek Kainwi. I'm a finance student in Cameroon. I'm studying geography and planning. I'm a climate activist and a youth leader. I I'm presenting on increasing. Please, can you see my presentation?
It's blurred.
Please, a minute, just a minute. That's one of the problems we're facing over here.
Okay.
I'm not sure we could have the presentation. Even if you can have the presentation, maybe I will just go ahead with what I have to present.
Okay. Can you share it in the chat box quickly?
Okay, let me do that.
By the time Miss Patience, she was here. She also had an internet problem, I think.
Yes, Patience Veda. I guess she's not here.
She was here sometime before, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, we have.
So I hope we shall continue with the same person, Madam.
Yeah.
Derek. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Derek.
Yeah.
I'm just working on having the presentation, though it's not still going. I don't know. My machine seems.
Mr. Derek, can I help you, please? Can you share it in the chat box?
That's what I'm trying to do right now.
By the time if Miss Patience is there, let's take up Miss Patience if she's in. Otherwise, we'll have to continue with that.
Okay.
Do you want to do it without your presentation, Mr. Derek?
Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Okay.
Okay. I'm focusing on increasing the participation of women and youths in agro-food chains. And we realize that I'm talking in the context of Africa. Africa is a diverse continent.
We don't see you, Mr. Derek. I'm sorry to interrupt there. Your video is also closed.
Yeah. Okay. I'm here now.
Yeah, please.
As I was saying, women and youths are very, very important when it comes to agro-food chains. They are the backbone of the communities, they are the backbone of the local communities, they are the backbone of the world. And we understand the potentials, we understand the power, we understand the importance of these two set of persons, these two set of people. That's the youth and the women. Agro-food chains go a long way actually, which has to do with the production, the processing, and the distribution of food. Over the years, it has been a call for concern as food insecurity have been taking over the globe. Then we see that for us to integrate these women, these young people into the system, into providing or making provisions for agricultural products, it is very, very important. So the agro-food chain integrates production, processing, distribution, and consumption of agricultural products for the global food supply. And we've identified a series of problems affecting the global food chain, the global agro-food chain, which has to do with the first one is climate change. Climate change is a global environmental threat which has been affecting the continent, which has been affecting the African continent, most importantly, over 30 years now. Low food crop production, droughts, desertification, land degradation, rising El Nino have been the mother of the day. And the agricultural food chain, the agro-food chain was destabilized. as well as other parts of the world, East, the Asia, we're talking of India, where they have chosen to integrate smart agriculture into the system to make sure that they make provisions of agricultural food products and enhance the agricultural food chain or food supply chain. We realize the importance of technology and how technology have influenced or have affected the agro-food chain. With the advent of technology, the agro-food chain have not remained the same. Most especially when it comes to unsustainable aspects of this technology. Where they have to pollute the environment, we understand how vital they are. We're talking of market dynamics. The market have not been stable over the years, over the decades. They keep on changing. We understand the aspect of dynamism, but have been changing to the opposite direction. And we understand that if we increase the participation of women, we increase the participation of youth in the agro-food chain, with their potentials, with their power, with their ability, they can increase the agricultural food chain supply globally. They have the power, they have what it takes to do this. And they have the power to drive the market to its right position or to the right trend. We understand the policy frameworks, how they have affected. Most young people over the years have not ventured into agriculture because of the policy frameworks in their countries or the policy frameworks in their local communities, where they don't allow young people to venture into maybe entrepreneurial activities, to venture into agriculture or more. Or the taxation policies that hinder their growth and they decide to stay back. So we're looking at how these policies or these frameworks have hindered them and see how this
I think he's frozen, right? We lost him.
Yeah, we lost him.
Well, I think that it was important that he talked about the power and that women and youth bring. Oh, there we are. There we are. Okay, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Looking at the importance of women and youth in the agro-food chain supply, on the entire agro-food chain, which has gone a long way. The agro-food chain is vital and it ensures food security, economic growth, and livelihoods worldwide. And it connects farmers to consumers. It facilitates efficient production process and processing, as well as distribution of food. It supports rural development, foster innovation.
So we lost him again.
I think we have lost them. I'm just trying to track Dr. Herbert at least.
I think he's coming back.
Sorry, the system keeps taking me in and out. I don't understand what's going on. Sorry about that.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah. So as I was saying, the agro-food chain is very vital. And we have looked at some key factors or some key aspects that have affected the agro-food chain. And we understand that it is now time for us to integrate people into the system that have the potentials, that have the power, that have the will, that have the desire and the zeal to ensure food insecurity globally is a threat. This is not just in my local community, this is not just where you're located. And we're also looking at sustainability and environmental conservation. How can we ensure that the agricultural food chain, the agro-food chain stays intact and the environment
Mr. Derek?
Again, there is a problem with his internet connection, I guess, madam.
Yes. I don't know whether should we wind up or Mr. Derek? Hope you're back.
Yeah, he is there in the session.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not wrong. I don't know. I'm not sure why. I don't know what's wrong with the system.
It happens. So you can conclude your session, please.
Yeah, let me conclude. Yeah. We're looking at women, youth in agri-food chain. It is absolute that we empower youth and women in stabilizing the agri-food chain, which is very crucial for sustainable agricultural development. We have some key terms that ensure that we can use. Those are points are being empowered and women are integrated to this pertinent aspect, which is skill. First of all, we have skill development. We need to provide women and youth the training, the capacity, and programs to help them acquire essential agricultural skills, such as crop management, post-harvest handling, value addition techniques, and to enhance productivity and quality within the agri-food chain. Also, we should also ensure that these youth and women have access to resources. Ensure equitable access to resources like land, finance, input, and technology for youth and women to engage effectively in agricultural practices, thereby increasing their participation and contribution to the value chain. We need to empower them, and we need to emphasize on entrepreneurship. We need encouragement among the youth and women by promoting agribusiness opportunities, facilitating and establishing a small-scale enterprise, and supporting innovation in food processing, packaging, marketing to add value along the agro-food chain. Also, we need to ensure that we have market linkages. Market linkages here, we need to create linkages between youth, women, and market opportunities. You are out there, you know what is needed in your community, you know what is needed where you are. Maybe you are in Asia, maybe you are in India, you know the markets. Why don't you just encourage young people by assuring them that after the production, there will be a market for you? We need to establish a market for them. We need to establish cooperatives and leverage digital platforms to connect producers to buyers. That is where technology comes in, but that's where innovation comes in. And we need to ensure that these young people have market access and ensure some fair trade practices. Then we need to adopt sustainable practices. We need to encourage youth and women to adopt sustainable agricultural practices that is adapting to the adverse effects of climate change and ensuring environmental conservation, such as organic farming, which is very vital. And we need to encourage these young women and youth to adopt conservation agriculture and climate smart techniques. This can be seen in India and part of Asia, where they have embraced this organic agriculture and smart climate techniques of farming to ensure that they have high food crop productivity and also ensure food security. And we need to promote environmental stewardship, mitigate climate change impacts, and ensure long-term resilience in the agro-food chain. So we need to ensure that we cannot only do this. If we do all this without advocating or without developing policies to ensure that this is very active, we will be a failure. We are looking at the world where we already have policies. People are already advocating, but it's not yet enough. So we need to advocate and ensure that these young people and these women engage in policy making by empowering youth and women to engage in advocacy efforts, participate in decision-making processes, and influence policies that promote gender equality, inclusivity, and to support small-scale farmers, thereby creating and enabling an environment
Okay, so I think that we should probably
I think we should stop with
say goodbye to Mr. Derek and thank you.
yes. So, Mr. Derek, it is actually wonderful having you, and we are quite inspired by the efforts that you've taken to be present here amidst us today. That shows your interest and your enthusiasm and your passion to be here amidst and sharing your knowledge and experience. Thank you. And over to Dr. Virginia. And
I agree. Yeah, I agree. And I think that Derek also pointed out pretty much the same. Oh, Derek, you're there. We're summarizing. Is there an important point that you want to add before we leave? We're summarizing your presentation.
No.
Is there anything that you would like? Okay. Well, you didn't hear, but Dr. Srividya was thanking you for number one, your patience, for your resilience, for staying with us, and presenting. And definitely, we agree with you. Increasing the participation of women and youth in agri-food chains is key, and it's crucial to promote gender equality, empowering groups that are marginalized, and most importantly, fostering sustainable agricultural and food security, which is, I think, what we're all talking about today. So your presentation was key in letting us know all this, and I want to commend you that you haven't stopped, you have continued, and that's exactly it. Things don't always go our way, but we commit, and you're committed. So thank you for bringing all your information.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. It was a pleasure presenting. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Derek. Thank you, Ms. Virginia. Well, to summarize his presentation on behalf of him, is that yes, increasing women participation in the agro-food chain. And it is a key essential thing for promoting gender equality, enhancing economic development, ensuring food security. All the three different factors, the three different dimensions, discipline that he tried to comprise in one, where he was stressing on women play a significant role in agriculture, from production to processing and marketing, but they often face challenges because of the limited access to resources, education, decision-making opportunities, so-called the C-suite that we call and engaging women. So several strategies that he was suggesting during the presentation was that to enhance women's participation in the agro-food chain is that land ownership and use, to promote policies that they are able to own the land and have secured rights to agricultural land that will empower women for taking a long-term investment in farming activities. Definitely, that's a good suggestion. When it comes to the financial services, that ensuring that they take access to credits or loans and financial services to invest in agricultural enterprises, where microfinance programs can be targeted at women, can be particularly effective. Then in all this in the overview, but getting into the funneling into the actual workspace is that the education, the training which is being involved in it, is that they need to be trained in the agricultural part of it with the modern access to and sustainable agricultural practices, technology adoption, and the crop management systems as such to generate opportunities for them for more, and then handling finance with the business and the financial literacy is the whole sum up is all about. And definitely coming to the market, like you need to know about the market linkages and the value addition services, and with the policies, with enhanced policies for a holistic legal support, definitely this is going to be possible. And thanks for taking the examples from India and the Asian countries. Well, the legal protection for women is already in vogue. As such, many women can own the land. The property rights are ensured that the woman has a legal recourse in case of discrimination or the disposition is concerned. Then, as he rightly mentioned, the community engagement and the awareness programs are much indispensable in taking it forward as such to create a social infrastructure in the ecosystem for all the support services and the extension services that are involved. By implementing these strategies, definitely we stakeholders can contribute in creating an enabling environment that will empower women, not only in agriculture, and enhance the participation throughout the agro-food chain. Thank you so much, so that we will have improved livelihoods, food security, and more agricultural practices. Thank you, dear.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. It's so wonderful. Thank you.
So we are looking at we are looking at measures, especially in the African. I'm talking in the perspective of the African continent where we face series of challenges, especially the women. The women seem to be so much invisible when it comes to participation in all aspects, not just the agricultural aspect, but the most vital one is that the women drive the agricultural sector, not the men, and they need to be recognized. They need to be seen. And how can they be seen is that we give them opportunity to showcase what they have to offer, what they can do. We give them a listening ear, we stay attentive, and we ensure that policies we have maybe an agricultural reform that favors women across the globe, not just in Africa, across the globe. Yeah.
Well said, Mr. Derek. On that note, we open the forum to all our participants who have joined at this point today, who are here with us, starting from Madam Virginia and Ms. Krupashini and Roshni Mohan, Kakai Dafen, and so we open it. We start with Dr. Virginia for the takeaways.
I think today was a great, health is wealth, right? And definitely speaking about the food and secure and agriculture. I think that food security is key. I think it's one of those issues that we will continue to talk about. I think one of our really younger speakers today spoke about the fact that globalization, what it has done, it has increased the need for more food. People want more from India, want more from Myanmar, want more from, it's growing and we don't have enough people for the production side of it. But not only the production, the supply chain. I think supply chain is so important. With the pandemic, we saw how vulnerable we were when it came to supply chain. A lot of countries did not have enough people, didn't have the systems in place to really continue providing the demand. So I think from one of the youngest, we saw probably one of the biggest problems that we have, and is that with globalization, now we don't have enough supply. And we don't have enough supply because we don't have enough people to produce. So if we were able to activate the motor, the engine of women and youth, we would definitely resolve the situation. We've seen it again and again and again. We also spoke about food safety. Food safety starts at home, but it starts with education. You're never going to know not to mix poultry with meat and vegetables if you don't get educated that this is cross-contamination and it can cause foodborne illnesses. So again, I think that today what we've seen again and again is that education continues to be key, that we really need education to promote and to protect humans. And that the more we continue to bring these platforms and we continue to include our younger speakers so they can actually express and they can realize how important they are in the future, but not only in the future, in the present. I was so happy to see Sia and Vipon because they're so young, but they were so responsible. They were so articulate. They took ownership of the presentation. So today was a great day, I think, for all of us. It was a great win. Seeing Mr. Derek leave and come back, and leave and come back, and leave and come back, and not give up was also very wonderful. So I think that all in all, today was a very great day for presentations. They were clear, they were succinct, they were concise. I think we all learned so much today. So I want to congratulate every speaker and obviously my panel colleagues, that we summarize. Many times we bring out the most important thing because the speakers do so eloquently what they do. But thank you all. And Dr. Shavidia, bravo for you because you continue to create these platforms that are so great and that bring in so much new talent. I am very excited for what I saw today.
I know, because the topic is such that when I can very much relate the word women empowerment to you.
Yes.
So it's wonderful having you here, and you have been such a brilliant support, definitely. Yes. Roshni, would you like to add on since you're here?
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, I have to thank everyone, especially G20 and my hygiene team for giving me this opportunity. Actually, I had an opportunity to present previously, but then I had again some network issues and lots of chavos in that. But this time, actually, I planned to convey many things So I think I'm a bit satisfied of what I thought and what I presented. And it's an honor to present in front of you all, especially about women empowerment in amongst vibrant women across many countries, including you, Ermina ma'am and Virginia ma'am. And it's my honor to do. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Roshni.
Congratulations.
Definitely, yeah. So we're so happy to see the youngsters, the youth in the lead. That's what is the thing, and we are so happy that you are coming in, following us, saying that okay, you will be able to take the lead forward after. Like we don't need to worry about exactly where this is going to end to. So we know that exactly who to give the mantle to. Yes, thank you, dear. Yes, Ms. Kakai. Yeah. Ms. Kakai? Ms. Daffan? Yes.
Yes.
Would you like to say anything at the end of the session?
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. And me, I've learned a lot, and it's creating some learning, like things I didn't know about. So I'm enjoying the system, and I would wish to learn more the other presentations. And thanks for being so welcoming.
Thank you, Ms. Kakan. Yes. Today's newcomer, Ms. Krubashini Jayakumar. Yes, ma'am. After
Yes,
you.
ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much for making me a part of this meet. Honestly telling you, it's been so long that I've come across this sort of topic. I could say in my schoolings and in my college days, I used to do some presentation like this. Like today, it was like health is wealth, agriculture and food security. So I do remember once I did, and I'm really glad that now youngsters and even the school kids are able to speak a lot and they are aware of all these points. So I wish instead of just doing the presentation, they wanted to do in action and they should stand for their society and the nation. This is what I felt when I was doing this. So anyways, I feel happy. Yeah, I'm excited to take part in your further sessions. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes. So today is definitely a wonderful day. And as Dr. Virginia was mentioning, there were too many takeaways. Starting from Shivatmika, Sri Sai Shushti. They were the students as such, and Wemba Velu. And, they were brilliant as such. And we are so happy, whether it is Ritik Vignesh, Shamrita, not to miss anybody, even Mr. Razak, who was not able to present it. He was on and off coming and going, and he didn't give up as such. He said he just made it possible, whatever odds were there at his from his side. And Roshni, though we missed Mr. David and Patience and Dr. Herbert as such. But still, it was definitely a wonderful session. And yeah, and going back again with the great words from Roshni, I'm so impressed with these. Definitely, let women rise high, break the chain that confines in the fields of green gold, their talents entwine. From the field to the table, their passion ignites, empower women, and the food security takes its flight. From the land to truly flourish and grow, the strength of its women, the seeds that they can sow, and the seeds that we have sown today. That's really brilliant. I know that. Thank you. So before we meet again for the next session, definitely it's adieu from all of us here. And our key takeaways, definitely, as Dr. Virginia has already mentioned, it's about working in collaboration towards that One Health quadruped goals to further strengthen coordination and collaboration among the organizations of WHO and the first physical quadruped organization, and following with the other organizations regionally within the local community and also at the national level and international level, having as a resource mobilization, advocacy and outreach activities, knowledge sharing and creating awareness, creating a political advocacy with the acknowledgement of these priorities, will guide us with a vision of taking it forward to strengthen the coordination and to remain our presence, having a very clear, cognizant, and prominent presence in the society and the community to take it forward. So definitely our One Health quadrupedate results and the efforts and the objective have met today with the Youth Cabinet. So until we meet again, I think we should really wait to have the next topic, and it's on the finance basically. And I thought of sharing a video from YouTube that talks about a farm. In all my sessions relating it to the agriculture, mostly I have shared that particular thing, or otherwise it's available in the YouTube. That is a wheat farm in Sharjah. A wheat farm in Sharjah. That is, we all know that UAE is a desert. But here, usually we used to have only trading, buying from different countries, just having it in the supermarket and selling. Now, recently, the past 2 years, we have started the cultivation in this desert, in the sand. And it has grown leaps and bounds as such. Now we are able to export to other countries. So anything is just a start. Once we started, we are already there. That's the thing. Where to start? So with our youth collaboration, definitely we'll be able to take it forward. Before we end up the session, my request is that we welcome more speakers to take part in it, the youngsters to come and take the lead as such for the 2 big awards that we're talking about. The one speaker from the boy male and one female from the one speaker from the female. So these are the ones who are going to be really taking the badge, taking it forward from the where it has to, and also the volunteer, the coordinators, one from male and one from female. As we're talking about gender equality, there's no, in the sense like we are open, and it's on this platform that we are trying to, Dr. Herbert is trying to log in, but it's too much. I don't think so that we'll be able to about it. I'm sorry about it. So definitely we'll be able to, my video has started playing, I'm sorry. So that was it. I'm sorry for the interruption. I'm not able to share the video because we are already ahead of time and it's time to end up. So you can always Google in the internet saying that wheat farm in Sharjah. That will give you the clear idea of exactly. And we welcome more and more speakers from all the universities and colleges, and also from other education institutions from any part of the world. We are willing to collaborate. We are willing to work with you. And we want you to come and present your projects over here with us. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Srividya, madam.
So big thanks to all our community partners who have been extending immense support, right from bringing speakers and also coordination for creating the Zoom links and also preparing certificates, bringing panel of experts who are really going into the presentation, working with the speakers and just vetting it out before they are being presented over here on this global platform. It's all with them. It's all because of them that we are able to really conduct it so successfully. Big thanks to IGEN, big thanks to GSFN, big thanks to IAO, big thanks to UCLAN, and also R&D Creativity University as such. And we would, once again, we welcome this forum for the youth to come and take it forward. So until we meet again, it's adieu from all of us. On behalf of all our community partners, speakers, panel of experts, and also the audiences who have joined us today. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ms. Kripashini. You have been a wonderful support to us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, madam.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Niranjan, for all your immense support that you have been extending exclusively, and it really needs a mention. Thank you.